This might look like your average woodworking project, but it's actually me fixing a mistake I made months ago when I had the shop renovated. So here's the deal. When I had this garage renovated, I was thinking shop. I was thinking where I want to put stuff for my shop. Shop, 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 baby. I didn't take into consideration, this is also my studio. This is my YouTube studio. This is where I film my content. What I didn't think about was lighting. What I didn't think about is the 5 windows that I could have absolutely had sealed off that I replaced instead. Letting light in when I'm trying to light a shot, I didn't expect the varying light that comes through these windows, the fact that you can see straight out a window if I'm shooting right here, and I didn't expect all of my shots to turn out like I'm in a Wes Anderson movie. So what started out as a fix turned into a blank canvas. My idea was to build these boxes to go around the windows. Then I saw all this sweet, sweet space just screaming for an inlay. This video isn't about how to build a box to go around your window. It's not practical. I don't think you guys are gonna do it. Buy some shades. But if you do have a blank canvas that you see when you're building something, that's when the creativity monster starts stirring the pot, baby. So today we're gonna talk about how to cut an inlay, put it in, make it pretty.
You think I'm pretty?
Today I am gonna be cutting this with a laser, but that's because that's the tool I have. You could do this with a CNC if you have one big enough. It's probably the better option, but I no longer have a CNC in the shop. Also, you could hand carve the relief if you're brave enough. I've done it in the past. I'm just not super accurate. The thing I love about lasers is that I get those really, really crisp lines. Without further ado, let's get to it. Let's get to work. But first, we gotta build a box. Now that we have burnt this, brushed it, and cleaned it off, this is our fresh new canvas. What we're gonna do is we're going to dye this with leather dye. Leather dye has been probably one of my favorite dyes to work with lately. It just seems, the pigment seems very rich and it applies well. Hey, if you're digging this video so far, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you're really digging the channel, hit that subscribe button. Like 75% of you that are watching these videos are not subscribed to my channel, so a subscribe would really help out. If you think you have what it takes to join the chaos that is the Cupcake Army, hit that join button. Now back to it! So here's my reference image. I've already kind of traced a really fine circle here that's gonna be where that yellow is gonna burst, and then we're just gonna work out from there with the orange and then eventually the red. Hopefully it doesn't end up looking like shit. Now, in the famous words of, well, me, let's get to work. Oh yeah, and don't forget to glove on. Currently, I'm not liking the way this is looking. Sometimes oranges and yellows have to dry completely before you can actually see them. I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit and dry, see what I think.
An hour later.
I'm not happy with how this is turning out. We'll take it outside. We'll grab the restorer. We'll run the 60 grit nylon brush. If we want to dig a little deeper, I might use the wire brush to kind of expose more of that light wood underneath. You never know. Sometimes when I have something like this fail, what I end up doing to fix it makes it look better than my original design. So let's do this. Grab the restorer, maybe So I thought I had a wire brush for the restorer. I do not. I did not know this existed, but they have a Shou Sugi Ban brush kit. So let's fix that right now. Boop. Also, if you are ordering from Restorer, make sure to use code BILLDADBILL for 10% off, baby. Okay, so we have brushed. We're kind of back down to bare wood. There's a couple of places where I can still see a little stain. I'm not worried about that. It definitely looks like we got a little deeper, and maybe I should have done that the last time. So now I have blown this off. I've wiped it down, and I'm gonna try something a little different. Instead of trying to just do the yellow circle, I think I'm gonna just kind of wash this top yellow and then kind of work the orange and red around it. I really don't like how the red is kind of overtaking the orange. I think when I was doing the red, it kind of soaked into the orange because I'm just not seeing a good difference in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little dry brushing with some orange paint on here. That way I can kind of lighten it up a little bit. And this is kind of up to your artistic self on whether you like this or not. Honestly, the way this is, it's probably fine considering I'm gonna cut a big design in it, but I'm weird like that. So I'm gonna do that and see what I think. So right now I'm just finding center, because what I'm going to do is when I use the laser engraver, I'm going to start in the center so I know that it's going to be centered on the piece. So I'm just going to draw a little X here and a little X here. If this is anything like the last carve, it's going to take several hours. The reason it's going to take longer is because we're not doing a surface engrave. We're actually engraving about 1/8 of an inch into the wood. I'll put the settings up here, but if you're trying to do a surface engrave, those settings are not the same. So I've got everything set up in the laser. One of the benefits of the AP laser is you can take, this is the base, the Z table that goes up and down. You can take that completely out with their open architecture, and you can put something as big as the frame will allow you underneath there. Now, I decided to run 2 passes at a little higher speed because since I am running at 90% power, it just makes me feel a little better about not starting a fire. It is going at 6 inches per second. It should be fine, but peace of mind is peace of mind. The original plan was to use walnut as my inlay, but kind of don't like it. I don't think it looks, I don't think the contrast is good, and I had a couple of issues with the cut. So I feel like this is the easiest way to show this to you. I'm not gonna put the rest in because I just don't like it. 1, I don't like the contrast. 2, there's some very delicate pieces on here, which is gonna happen. But yesterday when I was taking it out, I dropped this piece and broke that and this. Those little 2 guys, but I think that looks like garbage. But yeah, I'm just not feeling the walnut in this design. So it's time for plan B. What comes after plan A? Plan B, baby! And there you have it. Is it perfect? No. Working with burnt wood, it's never going to be perfect. When you burn wood, it twists, it bends, it cups. So even though this is laser cut out of there, it may give you a little bit of a problem going in. One of the things that happened to me is this was very friction fit to go in. So it's absolutely flush right here, but this part is sticking out. when I put it together, it was all pretty flush. I mean, there was a couple pieces, that's always gonna happen. So I put the glue down, I put the inlay in, and then I set this whole thing out in the sun. Not taking into consideration that I dried the wood out when I burn it, and then I moisturized it. I added moisture, I guess. Moist. Ladies, you're welcome. And when it was out in the sun and it heated up, I think the wood expanded just a little bit and let some of this pop out. So I figured I would just let everything cure, and then I would come back the next day, I would pull these out, inject a little glue behind them, and then weight them down and get everything in there. When I came back the next day, the glue has since dried. This isn't going anywhere now. Some of this is not flush. It kind of has a little 3D effect to it, especially if you look at the eye. I like it. That was 100% not the expectation, but sometimes we get what's known in the business as happy little accidents. And I really like the way it turned out. One thing to take into consideration, guys, and again, I don't think you're building window boxes, but when you put wood together like this and you burn it, your perfect seams will separate. So as you can see, there's a little bit of light shining through there. I did take that into consideration, and I did put light dampening cloth on the backs of these so it won't let this little pinpricks light in either. Just if you're making a table or something like that, be aware that you're going to have voids that are gonna go down and you're gonna have to do something about this. I'm glad I went back and stripped everything off and re-dyed it because it was just way too dark before. I'm glad that I went with the black as opposed to the walnut. The walnut just didn't look great. Moral of the story, think like a content creator when you're building out your shop. Or don't, and end up making some sweet laser engraved wooden panels to cover your windows. Now guys, I have one left. What should I do with it? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoy what we're doing here in the shop, hit that subscribe button. Daddy out!